So you might be interested to be coached by an awakening coach. And in this little video here, I'm going to share with you a little bit about the approach that we have. And particularly, I want to explain to you who it's really suitable for. And at the same time, when it's not a good fit, there are certain things you may be experiencing in your life for which this would not be suitable at all. So there comes a time in many people's lives when they somehow exhaust the effort to try and make themselves better or to make their life better. Okay? So let's take, for example, money. Many people, they put a lot of effort into trying to make more money because they believe that if they have more and more money, the quality of their life will be better. It may happen that that doesn't work. You keep trying, and finally you just exhaust the effort. It's like it's just not worth pushing that hard. Or it may happen that you do make the money, you do achieve your goal, and then you realize that having a lot of money was not everything that you expected it to be. The same thing could happen, for example, with relationship. That maybe you set your heart on having this perfect relationship and you try and you try and you try, and finally the effort is exhausted and you relax more into things as they are. Or maybe you do create the perfect relationship. Maybe you create the most wonderful family life, but discover there is still something missing. Now we could go on, but in almost every area of our life, we try to improve ourselves, we try to improve our life circumstance. But many people, not all, many people discover there is still a longing. There is still an intuition of something deeper than all of that. And this is where we can help you. With Awakening Coaching, you get support to relax into a dimension of yourself which is much beyond self-improvement, manifesting, creating your own reality or any of that. You relax into a dimension where you are free, where you realize there is a force moving through you and through all of life which is far more intelligent, far more creative, far more humorous actually than any of our efforts. This approach of Awakening Coaching is great for somebody who starts to have an intuition of that possibility. When you relax into this dimension of yourself which is free, at the same time there also an interest develops in your unique gift. Instead of doing what you've been told to do or achieving the goals that you have been conditioned to achieve, you start to get interested to find out, why am I actually here? Why am I on this planet? What is the gift that I have to give? You move beyond the picture of relationship you had in your mind to discover, how can I truly love? How can I really find out what it's like to love without restraint, without fear, without holding anything back in this life? You start to become interested in the ultimate potential of parenting, in creativity. You start to become interested to find out how you can make a real contribution to restoring sanity and balance to the world in which you live. You become a servant, a vehicle for something greater than me and my needs. This is the domain of Awakening Coaching. We are not teachers or gurus. We don't have an agenda to lay upon you. There's no holy book that we're referencing. There's not even any spiritual tradition that we represent. Our interest is in being present with you, with curiosity, to be present with you, to discover your deepest potential, far beyond anything you've been conditioned to believe is true. So this is Awakening Coaching. The implications affect intimacy. It takes intimacy to a level far beyond where even you and me coexist as separate entities anymore. It takes intimacy to the dimension of real love, deeper love. It affects your creativity, it affects your contribution, it affects everything about your life. Now, there are ways in which Awakening Coaching would not be the best approach for everything. For example, if you are feeling very caught up in the story of your past. If you had difficult circumstances in your childhood or in your early life and you really feel it's kind of sitting on you like a heavy blanket, this is not the best approach to deal with childhood trauma or wounding of that kind. Much better to work with a licensed psychotherapist or psychologist who's really trained in that kind of thing. If you're working with heavy addiction, for example with alcoholism or with drug abuse, we are not the best people to help you with that either. We can support you, but it's better to get your primary help from somebody trained in addiction counseling. If you want to set up a business and make more money and get better at marketing and closing sales, there are people much better qualified to do that than we are. Our expertise is in helping you discover your deepest potential beyond the mind, beyond reactive feeling, beyond conditioning, and how to live from there. We do that in a spirit of respect, of mutuality, of friendship, rather than of hierarchy and talking down from a higher place. If any of that makes sense to you, then this may be the right fit. And if you look back again on that menu where it says, Get Coached, if you scroll down, you'll see there it says, Complete an application. If you'd like to do that, the application will come into us and we can hook you up with a certified awakening coach who can listen to your needs and then get into a dialogue about how we can serve you. I hope this has been interesting for you, and I hope you may find a part of you that resonates with what I've been saying.